For those of you that don't know me, my name is Scott Simpson. Um, and basically what a big amount of my business and what I do is I do run wellness programs on the island. About 75% of my business right now is on the island. Another 25 is in other Indigenous communities and organizations. I'm just going to talk today a little bit about myself, a little bit of my relevant experience and what makes me a good person for council, and what I stand for, and anything that I say that I stand for with experience. I have everything. I can talk 2 hours on each subject to back every single thing I say up. So a little bit about me. So I live with my wife. I've been with her for 18 years, and my new son Connor, and they just can't be here today, but unfortunately, but they're kind of probably watching right now. And one of the reasons I think I'd make a great candidate is I'm pretty much, I would say, an A gamer in most things that I do, not because I'm naturally good at things, but because I try really hard. I put my passion and love into anything. Another thing I'm going to say is I'm willing to dramatically decrease my business and take this as a full-time commitment, as I think every single one of us should be doing if we're running for chief or council. I guess I'll talk a little bit about my experience. It's a lot of people may not know what I have done. So for about 15 years, I've been self-employed in health and wellness, and that was around since 2008, give or take. I had a little bit of breaks on and off due to addiction and different things that I went through in my life, but I have been in health and wellness for 15 years. As I said, I overcame addiction. I think that's very important. I'm not saying we all have to go walk the red road. We don't have to all be in a complete sobriety, but I think we all need to have, an A game attitude. We need to know what we're doing. We need to be, have our head in the game every moment, especially when we have a community of people that is counting on us. I was also the winner of the Aboriginal Best Business Program in 2019, and that was for my health and wellness business. And that's one of the things I'd like to bring to this community is empower entrepreneurship. I think we have a lot of potential with resources. We have a lot of smart people that would love to run businesses. And if we can all sit together, make business plans as a community, we all take small aspects of, let's do natural resources, let's do sales. We can have communications, we can have businesses for out of community members to actually run their head offices on a location here for taxation purposes. There's a lot of things that we can do, we're capable of, and we should be doing. Next thing I'm going to say, just in terms of education, I graduated health and fitness, and I also graduated business administration. A lot of things I've accomplished in life, a lot of people would perceive that as great. I was just naming a few of them, but the one thing true to my heart is actually making my way here to Timnassay. It was about 6 or 7 years ago. I took out my status card and said, okay, what is 141 BFN? I had no clue what it was. So I drove to the boat with my wife, and we actually got scared and we're like, oh, I don't know what to do. So we went back home all the way to Pickering and thought about it and said, okay, we'll try next week. Let's figure out how this boat thing works. And it's been nothing but positive. I found a community that I had no idea existed. And there's so many community members right now that would love to come back home and do the same thing. Being born and raised in Toronto, there's, I didn't have any affiliation with anything here whatsoever, but I felt I still don't know really what to explain it, but there's just this community, this thing that was missing in my life. And now I know what it is. And I'd love for other members to come here and start a life the way I did. Some of the things that I stand for is wellness for all ages. So that goes for youth, middle age, older, and health. You could talk forever about health, but I talked about addiction. My program that I'm running right now is called Proactive Wellness. Some people in this, quite a few people here have actually taken part in it. And, it's just moving more, eating a little bit better, and doing what we can to prevent diabetes, just live a healthier life. And once we do that, we can be better role models for our children, our grandchildren. All we need to do is just live a little bit better. But that's one thing I stand for is proactive wellness, getting on top of problems before they are problems. That's not just with health, but that's with everything in life. Small business and supporting our own. I think that's amazing. I can honestly say we do a fairly good job right now at supporting our own people when it comes to getting contracts here. One thing I'd like to see is in community and out of community, we bring people out of the community to bring services into the community, as I'm doing right now with my health and wellness and all that other good stuff. But it'd be nice to see other small businesses that originate here on our territory, bring them out there and make them profitable. And there's so many different ways to do that. We can look at different grants. We can, sign up for the CCAB. We can sign up for business programs. We build businesses right here, bring them out here, bridge that gap. And another thing that I push for is, possibly building an app of some sort, some kind of communication where we can support business to business and business to customers with our members in and out of the community. And that's not just going to be for business, but that's just going to be to bring us all together. A couple other things, since I see time is running out, since I got a little timer here, is positive employee motivation. We can do so many things with that. Smile, tell people they're appreciated. If somebody worked here for 10 years, congratulations, here's a pin. Acknowledge people, smile at them, trust them. Who else here would like to see that happen a little bit more? Thank you. Another thing is giving people the opportunity to voice concerns and listening to them. And the more we listen, we can listen, but unless we get that piece of paper and a pen and write that down, listening does absolutely nothing. It's the actions that we take that are actually going to do something for our community. 2 minutes left. So I'm going to end with saying, some of the things that we could do for ourselves. And, this isn't to attack ourselves in any way, but, instead of bashing things on Facebook, I've had issues myself. When I wrote to chief and council, the chief was one of the first people to respond to my emails. I always got an email from council. So, I'm just saying, don't blast things on Facebook, complain on Facebook. We need to take, initiative. We don't want to sit here and cry on Facebook. Go on chimneysteam.ca, check the email them if you have an issue. I know that I've done it. I've always gotten a response. So, we just need to take that initiative to find out what a problem is, learn how to figure it out ourselves. And one of the last things I want to say is we are a strong community right now. We can get stronger. We can bring more of our members here. We can do more business out there. There's business owners out there. There's business owners in here. And the more we come together, the better and stronger community we can have. Big wish.